Welcome to the first episode of the podcast. My name, your host, Joseph, and here's my second host.
What is up, the people of YouTube? I am Steven.
And we are going to be doing weekly podcasts from now on.
Yes.
All right, so let's get to know each other a little bit. My name is Joseph. I am the head of the organization. And this is my friend Steven. I've known him since high school.
What is up, my peoples? If you've seen my channel, you know that I love to bring the humor and the comedy and the very freakishly screaming and whatever I love to bring to the table, as well as my Russian spectative comments.
I've noticed something that you haven't been doing.
Hmm?
You haven't been bringing back your mobile phone videos.
I know, and I really need to do that. It's just more the issue of what I want to play, and it's more of also the time that I can do it. I feel like I just never have any time to do it anymore.
What was the last mobile phone game you played?
I believe it was Granny. I had just recently done, no, not recently, but I had done the second Granny video, and then I took a break from it for a while just to focus on something else, and I just never went back to it. I really need to, though.
That reminds me, did you ever complete Crash?
I have never completed Crash yet. Really need to do that. Like, it's been in my mind I need to do Crash. It's just there's just not desire to play it. Like, you know how there's a desire to play a game, but there's also not.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is, really.
I I understand because there are some games that I have on the side that I don't want to play right now. Like I have Final Fantasy and I think I got another game. I've never played Uncharted 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you got your PlayStation, did you get the Uncharted set?
No, I got the Star Wars set. That's what I got.
All right, that's right. You still need to play the campaign for Star Wars.
I'm just gonna be up and honest about that. That's probably never going to happen.
Oh, come on, just get it out of the way.
I just don't know. I think the game's just gonna stay buried on my shelf, and that's where it's going to stay.
So, to start out the podcast, I have to ask a question.
Okay, what would you like to ask?
Are you wearing pants?
Well, that is between me and the floorboards and the four walls of my room right now.
I take that as a no.
No, I am wearing pants. This is a family-friendly thing, so I am wearing pants.
That'd be funny if we like never used cameras and we were sitting here in our underwear just talking away.
I don't know about that. I feel like that'd be kind of weird, but that's just me.
So, we're gonna do a little challenge while we talk.
Okay.
We are going to see who could build the biggest castle. And we are going to build our castles here.
Build them right there.
Yep.
Alrighty then.
So we're gonna land here, and then while we talk, we're building a giant castle, and by the end of the hour, we will see who has the better castle.
And see who has to be more compensating for something.
I don't know
No,
what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I'm joking.
All right, so what happened to this Yu-Gi-Oh tournament that you were going to?
Alright, so
Did you ever go to it?
the most recent Yu-Gi-Oh tournament I said I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I did go to my most recent Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. This was the Saturday I took off, and I have to say it went pretty good. I went 2-2 with my victories and losses, so overall not bad.
2 wins, 2 losses.
Mhm.
What decks did you have to fight?
Uh, I went up against a Monarch deck. I went up against Sky Strikers. Now I understand why people call that deck a pain because against Time Lords you're really not able to do much.
What are Sky Strikers?
Sky Strikers are one of the new decks that came out here, sort of. I don't want to say here recently, but they came out a little while ago, and it's there to like link summon like a whole. Well, I don't say a whole lot, but it's also there to spam out tokens and to basically give the opponent a very difficult time.
You know, I never understood how tokens worked in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well, back in the day, they used to just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to use these tokens to synchro summon or just use them for a defense blockade, and nowadays they're just more used for link summoning.
Link summoning.
Hmm.
You know, I haven't touched Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links in like maybe a month.
I know I've seen that when I go on online. I'm like, oh Joe, we need to do a YouTube video on another Duel Links.
You know, as much as I enjoyed getting back into it, I I just got burned out real quick because I was
No.
working on that Natura deck,
Yeah, I remember you working on that deck.
which is complete by the way. I completed my Natura deck finally.
Well, that's good.
And you know when they started posting the community share decks and all that other stuff,
Hmm.
I shared the Natura deck. I got maybe a handful of views on it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so people are liking it.
Yeah, I'm starting to think like maybe I should start posting some of my decks online for Duel Links. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. Duel Links got me burned out, so I was playing some other phone games.
Well, I can understand how it maybe burn you out a little bit, but at the same time, I think that, if you and I were just doing it just for fun, we should continue to do that.
Yeah, I'll try and get back into it.
Because I did
So,
have, because I did have some plans for that.
okay, okay.
What the world is this?
What'd you find?
It's like a big old hole in the sky. Oh wait, no, oh, never mind. It's just nothing. It's nothing.
Are you
It's
looking
nothing.
at the challenge course?
No, not that. I was just uh, there's like this big old like this platform in the sky. I'm like, what is this for? So, Joe, I have a question for you, and I believe maybe some of your audience would like to know as well, or at least some of your viewers.
Go for it.
Here recently, you have told me that you have given up the Fortnite, and you have told me the reasoning behind that, but I don't think your viewers understand why you didn't do a Fortnite video in some time. Would you like to comment on that?
Wait, are you asking why I don't do Fortnite videos?
Like, remember when you stopped, you even deleted Fortnite for a time, and nobody saw Fortnite videos for a time, so.
Because Fortnite was, I got bored of it.
He's like, now keep in mind, I already knew the reason as to why you stopped doing Fortnite, but I didn't think your viewers knew. So
I pretty much did the Battle Pass 2 seasons in a row, and around season 6, the challenges started getting out of control. That's when I wanted to take a break. But then this update is actually a lot better. So I was going to go do the Battle Pass one more time, and I don't know. I kind of like this one. This one might be my new favorite because the map is bigger. You got airplanes. I like planes. I actually play a lot of flight simulators. You know, like flying games and all the others. I used to play them all the time.
yeah,
Have you ever heard of a game called Ace Combat?
it rings a bell. Yeah.
It's the jet one, the
Oh,
jets.
oh yeah, that one.
I was a huge I think I still am. I just haven't came across a good one. I'm a huge fan of that game. My first game was Shattered Skies. Probably one of the darker feeling ones because Ace Combat is a science not science fiction, but it can be.
Mhm.
It's like its own universe of like corrupted. USA and stuff, like Corrupted Earth.
Okay.
Basically, it's like different situations where what if the Russians won the war? What if Russia invaded? What if World War II was took in a different way in the future? Like I love the game series. I like it. And you
What?
have to do plain missions and go ahead.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to interrupt you. I was just gonna say, what if Mother Russia invaded States of the United?
It's a lot of Russian invasions if I think about it. Sometimes it's German pilots, sometimes it's but it's not like World War II planes, it's like actual modern day military jets that you could fly.
All right. That's it. I mean, that sounds like a pretty interesting game, though.
They're coming out with a new one in a couple of months. I think they've teased it already. I don't know if I want to get it or not. Are there any games you're looking forward to right now?
Not really. There's not really a lot of games that really excite me anymore. It's just more like if it seems interesting, I might buy it.
Spyro's out.
I did see that, and I actually was thinking about that one. I was also thinking about the Spider-Man game that came out recently.
A lot of people are enjoying Spider-Man right now.
I can believe that.
Rest in peace, Stanley.
Rest in peace, Stanley.
Dude, I was so depressed when I found out.
I was I was shocked, really. I mean,
You know, I'm gonna be honest, I really wasn't shocked. I knew it was coming. I just didn't think it was gonna happen that day
true.
because he died in his birth month.
Really.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
It was November. It was November, wasn't it?
Was it November?
It was last month.
Yeah, I think yeah, that could have been yeah, that would have been November.
It was his time to go. God needed him. He had it was his time to go, you know. So like now we're trying to figure out who's gonna take over the cameos. And now people, I don't know if you've read this, but people are putting it to a vote that they want Deadpool to do the cameos.
I read that about that too, and I actually agree with that one, honestly.
I mean, it would be great, but I don't know if it's weird though.
And what
Deadpool Deadpool is like one of the greatest MCU villains, anti-heroes, my bad. So him doing Stanley's cameos would be pretty sick.
hmm
I mean, he's crossed over into the comics many times. So him doing, but how would he do the Easter egg though?
Yeah, that is true. How would he do that?
Would you just have to look for his face, look for his mask, look for him in the background? Will it actually show? I don't know. Like, will he be like vacuuming in the background or like cooking in the background and you have to look for him or something like I Spy with I Waldo, but
Like
I
where's
Spy Deadpool?
Where's Waldo, but where's Deadpool?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think it'd be very interesting to see what there is in store for it.
Ugh. My castle is coming along very nicely.
I think I can say the same about mine.
It needs a turret.
It does need a turret. You're very right.
Have you seen any good movies lately?
No, I have not seen any good movies recently, but I do want to see the Venom movie. I've never seen it. I really want to see it.
Did you read the fans loved it apparently.
That's what I heard.
Fans loved it. The critics hated it. And
Critics.
yet it was number one. Was it no? It was. I think it was number one in the box office for October.
Wow.
It made like I want to say 40 million,
Dang.
and I believe the budget was smaller than that. So it made up its budget,
I don't understand how you
like
can.
the gross made up the budget.
I don't
Yeah,
understand. I don't understand how critics can hate it. Honestly, I mean, What's wrong with you?
Well, they're critics. So which and you know, I was actually skeptical about the movie because one, it's not part of the MCU like Iron Man, Spider-Man, Captain America. That's MCU. This is Marvel. This is Sony. Like Sony Interactive Marvel movies. It's the same studio that did the Tobey Maguire movies.
Yeah, it's true.
So I had this feeling that it was either going to bomb or it was just going to do bad, but it just did bad critically, which I'm kind of glad because it means that it has enough budget to go for a second one.
That's true.
So they've already confirmed that a second one's being made. I forgot what's his face is going to play Carnage, which is the Red Venom.
Yeah.
Um, the Venom movie is actually loosely based, not loosely, but it's based off of it's actually based off of a comic book series where Venom has to fight the symbiotes.
Hmm.
So it's based off of a comic series, and you know, Tom Hardy is probably one of the better actors right now, and he people are liking him already.
True.
And the joke is every time he's in a movie, his face is always covered
Kind of like my.
because he's the villain.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
I was gonna say like I only brought up the whole face covered thing, kind of like Mike Wazowski right there when his eye gets covered. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, yeah, like in Mad Max, he's the villain. He's wearing a mask. In Batman: Dark Knight Rises, he's wearing a mask as Bane. In Venom, he's wearing a mask, or technically it's a symbiote.
Yeah, his face does not get much screen time.
You know, I don't know if I'm looking forward to the new Avengers movie or not. Have you
Uh,
seen the trailer for it yet? It dropped a couple days ago.
I haven't seen the trailer, no.
A lot of people in what they're teasing is that it's going to be based around time travel.
Oh yeah?
Somehow they have to go back into the past to fix something in order to fight and defeat Thanos.
Hmm.
Because he succeeded in his mission. He killed off half the population. It even says in the trailer, Black Widow says Thanos has accomplished his mission by eliminating 50% of Earth's population.
Oh dang.
So either they're going to go back and try and do something and fix it, or they're going to alter the everything that's been built up. It's going to get it's going to be meant for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
What was your? Have you seen any of the Marvel movies? Or excuse me, or the MCU ones?
Really, I can't really tell you exactly which I've seen and which I haven't, because to be quite honest, I really don't even know.
You've seen Iron Man.
Yeah, I know I've seen Iron Man.
Have you seen any of the Thor or the Captain Americas?
I've actually never seen any of the Thor Captain Americas.
Really?
I'm being dead serious.
How can you miss out on those movies?
I have no idea, my friend. Apparently, there's something very wrong with me.
We need to take you to the movies. Supposedly, me and the family are going to see Fantastic Beasts tomorrow or Saturday.
Oh yeah?
Do you like the Harry Potter movies?
Harry Potter was never really my thing. Like, I would sit there and I would watch it, but it's not like I could sit there and be like really involved in it. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever read the books?
Nope.
Really? You've never read a Harry Potter book?
I have never read a Harry Potter book in my life.
A lot of people are going to hate on you for that.
Oh yeah, probably.
Wow. I've read
I'm
all the books.
say I'm here for the hatred. I should have done this a little bit differently.
You know what would have been a good idea for the podcast?
What?
Alcohol.
I don't know about that.
I'm not saying get drunk. I'm just saying like to ease up and relax and just talk.
Maybe a little bit.
Because I get very chatty when I have alcohol. I also get very sleepy though.
Yeah, I could just imagine you passed out like.
Hey, we're gonna end this podcast because Jedi Doomwolf passed out.
Because Jedi has had a little too much to drink and he has been blacked out. He's white girl wasted at this point.
And he's not even down to his first can.
Bitch, no. No, I'm
I
joking.
could drink more than I can.
I don't even know the limits of what I can drink because I have very rarely ever drank in my life.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Back up. You've never had a taste of alcohol.
Well, that's not true. Like, I have had small sips and stuff in my lifetime, but in terms of like just a full out can, I've never had like that in my life.
You've never had a full thing?
Uh-uh. Nope.
Oh my God. Crazy Zach, what's up? He said trailer park wasted.
Trailer park wasted. No, no, you have to be white girl wasted, not trailer park wasted.
I don't know when I was playing with Fried Yeti and I was live streaming and
Oh, crap.
me and him were 1v1ing each other in Dusty Divot
Oh, yeah?
and I bought two giant things of Mike's Hard, both lemonade by the way. They were very good.
That's
And
good.
I was down to my last half of the second can because drinking both of them will get you buzzed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting to the point where I didn't want to play anymore and I just wanted to fall asleep. And dude, I went to work the next day with a massive headache.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. See, that's exactly like what happened with my birthday. Everybody's asking me like, Steven, did you drink? Did you get drunk? I'm like, no, I had to come in the next day for work. I'm not coming in with a banging headache. Like, are you serious?
Bad experiences lead to funny stories.
Yeah.
It was so worth it though.
It was so worth it.
It was so worth it. Because I'm sitting in the back booth. And yes, I said sitting because
Sitting.
you know how the chair's back there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sitting there like on the microphone with everybody like, you got ibuprofen?
Like, can you shut the hell up? Like, seriously.
I'm asking customers and my coworkers if they carried ibuprofen or Advil so I can like get rid of this headache.
I'm joking. I
And
believe you.
I went home, took like maybe 4 pills, and then passed out.
Oh, jeez. See, kids, let that be a lesson that you should not be like Joe and drink excessively to where you have to have a banging headache and beg customers for ibuprofen.
Whoa, what do you mean excessively?
Like, leave that to your own interpretation.
Look, I drink on rare occasion.
And
Honestly, I haven't had a Mike's Hard since then, so I've gone 2 months
he's on two
without
months
drinking.
sober.
Oh, dude, remember when I went to the wedding in South Carolina that one week?
Yeah, I remember. Oh no.
So the groom is the dude, right? That gets married.
Hmm.
The groom, the bride. Okay. Well, the groom, his friends and his buddies ended up brewing homemade beer
Oh my gosh, this cannot
for the
end well.
wedding, and I have a story I need to
Oh,
tell you
okay, this should be good.
about South Carolina. Okay, so this is all connected, by the way. So our aunt decided to rent a beach house for the family. So
Okay.
I'm living in this very nice beach house. All right.
Hmm.
Like you could walk to the beach. It's literally like 10 steps and you're on the beach. That like yeah. And you can hear the waves at night too. Anyway, so the day of the wedding, I am drinking. I
Hmm.
drunk two they ended up giving us free giant glass cups. Like these things were yay tall. So I drank two full things of glass beer, okay?
Okay.
I believe they were dark, if I remember right. Wedding's over. We get back to the beach house. Everyone passes out. We're not even awake for 40 minutes before we all go to sleep because we were exhausted. We partied, blah, 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 blah.
Etc.
So, this is where the story picks up a little bit. In the middle of the night, I wake up out of a dead sleep. I am no longer buzzed. I'm just dead awake. I'm like, why is my ass wet? So I lift up the blanket, put my hand on my butt. I'm like, why is my ass wet? So I stuck my hand down my pants. I'm like, did I just shit myself? So I
Uh-oh.
pulled my hand out, smelled it.
You
I
just,
shat myself in my sleep.
oh my gosh.
So I sit in my, well, the first thing that comes to my mind is I checked the bed. I pulled out my phone, turned on the flashlight, looked at the bed to make sure I didn't shit the bed. I didn't shit the bed. It was just all in my pants.
Oh my
And
gosh.
actually, I'm currently wearing the pants that I shat in that night.
Oh, ironic.
That's funny. So I was like, fuck, I just shat myself. So I went into my bag with one hand because I stuck my hand down my ass, the other one,
Hmm.
digging out an extra set of sleeping clothes, and I ran to one of the bathrooms. Now, this beach house has 50 bathrooms. I decide to pick the bathroom that's closest to my grandma.
Oh, this cannot end good.
And these, they're not bathtubs with a shower. It's just stand-up showers with a glass pane. So I quietly open it. I take a quick shower. And in the middle of the night, I hear a giant ka-thunk. I'm like, oh no, someone heard me. I finished my shower, wiped my ass, put on shampoo and whatever. Pulled out my phone, pulled out the flashlight because, I didn't want to wake anybody up with the lights. Nothing was in sight.
And
Whatever made that noise was completely out of my vision and hearing and whatever. I don't know what made this noise. So
uh,
I sneak back up, put on my clothes, and go back to sleep.
mm-hmm.
The next following morning, someone asks me if I heard a giant noise last night. I'm like, no, I was asleep. And then I noticed my mom staring at me. She was like, what are you doing? I'm like, I need to go to the washer because in the middle of the night, I stuck my dirty clothes in a little plastic Walmart bag,
Okay.
and so they're just sitting in the corner of my bed, stinking up.
Oh.
Like you couldn't smell it, but I closed the bag enough to where it contained the smell. So I'm running to the washer in the morning, and everyone's waking up. Everyone's getting out of their rooms. I'm like, please don't see me. Please don't see me. Throw
Mm-hmm.
the clothes in the washer. Done. A couple weeks later, which has actually turned out to be last weekend, my mom is like, "Hey, tell your aunt that story that you shot yourself at the beach house." I'm like, "No."
No.
She stared at me. She was like, "What?" I was like, I told her the story, and I was like, I think it was because it was homebrew beer. I've never had a situation like that. I've drinking beer out of a can, B dubs, you name it, but I've never had homemade beer like that before.
Mm-hmm.
And homemade beer makes me shit myself apparently.
Note to self: never let Joe have a homemade beer.
That is my favorite. That will be my alcohol story. The day I was supposed to be on vacation, I shit myself. I haven't shat myself in forever.
Oh my god! Like I don't even know what to say to that. Like
You've never done that.
I've never done that. I've never been wasted to where I shot myself.
Not wasted, but have you, even as an adult, you get to that point where every now and then it happens. And it's not because you're immature, it just happens. Sometimes sneaking a fart could turn into a fucking shit in your pants. I don't know. Don't trust a fart.
Yeah, you really never trust the fart. Like seriously.
Seriously, you've never done that.
Oh, let me think.
Be honest, when was the last time you crapped your pants?
I honestly can never think of a time where I honestly shit my pants. Like I cannot think about it.
Zach's like, don't feel bad, I passed out on the shitter. Oh, you've never. Come on, Steven. You can't grow up and not say you've shat your pants.
I, I can never think of a time back when I ever did that, mainly because I'm just like, oh hell no, this is not happening. I'm not gonna let this happen. Or
Oh,
maybe,
that actually brings up another story.
go.
You go first.
I was just say like, mainly I never do these kind of things because normally there's a really hot girl right next to me. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and make a complete jackass of myself by shitting my pants.
You've never farted next to a girl?
I will never do anything next to a cute girl for fear that I will screw
Dude, I used to
something up.
fart around my ex all the time.
Dude, even when I was dating at the time, I did not do anything to anything. I would act like I
True
had.
love, true love is being able to fart next to your next to your loved one.
Yeah, but
It,
when
it
but when you're just starting out, you don't have the true aspect of true love yet. You're like, I'm gonna keep this a secret, and make sure like I do not fart or do anything.
Have you ever had those moments where you farted? Someone's walking in the room, so you start smelling the air, trying to suck in the fart through your nose,
I've never had
thinking
that.
that you can get rid of the smell.
I've never done that, but literally, I've done it a couple times. Oh, actually, I have a good story now that after listening to your story now that you brought it up.
Mhm. Go ahead.
All right, so this is when I was first starting off at McDonald's. You know, I was still kind of, I don't want to say I was new, but it'd been probably like a year or so since I started. And at one point, I don't know why, but I probably had some food that really did not agree with me. And so, I'm still in the middle of working, not trying to cause any attention to myself. And, I just start letting it rip, like small, silent, but deadly farts. Like I can just feel like the heat radiating out of my ass. And all of a
Did they?
sudden, and it's hilarious because literally I let one rip, and then after that, someone like is like right behind me, and I let it rip, and I just walk by, and they're like, "Who the hell just farted? What stinks?" And they all turn to me, I'm like, "Steven," and they're like, "Steven, are you crop dusting people?" I'm like, "Maybe." Nobody ever let me live that down after for a while. Funny thing is,
Is
like
that
even,
what the
huh?
is that what the term's called? Crop dusting? I've never heard that.
That's literally what the term is called, crop dusting.
I can't imagine someone walks behind you burnt. What the fuck was that?
No, that literally happened, and people were just like, "Steven, what the hell is wrong with you?" I'm like, "Something's not agreeing with me."
What did you eat?
I don't even remember what I ate. I remember one time I had like Arby's and McDonald's, and they were like fighting all crazy.
Ew, you never combine fast food.
You would think I would know that, but no, no.
I'm, a, I'm afraid to do it at work.
I'm not afraid to do it at work if I really don't feel good. Like if I got a fart and that's the only way I'm gonna relieve myself, I'll fart just to relieve it.
So, honestly, do you ever use the restrooms at McDonald's?
I'll only ever do it if it's like an absolute emergency. That's the only time.
I agree, because for the longest time when I got hired, I refused to go in there.
I know, like it's just a lot of times it's not so disgusting. I'm like, unless I'm literally about to throw up or I'm about to use their bathroom and I just cannot hold it in any longer, I'm never gonna do it.
I've thrown up at work before. It's not fun.
I've came close to doing it, but I've never thrown up at work.
Uh, and then I realized that I'm leaning against the toilet from 1,000 asses that's been touched. Ew.
Feel the heat radiating off.
I'm like gonna get STDs on my tongue or some shit.
You're gonna get them
No, I
crap.
didn't lick the toilet seat.
I said, yeah, please tell me you did not lick the toilet seat.
Oops, I just realized what I said.
That's just like you ever get like that feeling where you wonder what shit tastes like? Lick the McDonald's toilet seat, you'll know.
Ew. I'm gonna
Ugh.
throw up.
Excuse me while I throw up.
No, I have a story about Crazy Zach was says don't feel bad. I passed out in the shiter. I have another story where I passed out in a bathroom. My
Uh,
bathroom.
your bathroom.
Well, I didn't pass out on the toilet, but I was really sick one time, and I
Hmm.
guess it got to the point where I was so dizzy I was sleepwalking in the middle of the night. And I remember going into the bathroom, I threw up, and then for some godly reason, I'm just standing there in the bathroom. And I
Hmm.
remember because it was at 2 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the morning. So I go to the bathroom, throw up, and I'm just standing there. And all of a sudden, I lose consciousness. And when I regain consciousness, I'm standing in the bathroom, and I look at the time. It's 4:15. I've passed out in the bathroom, standing up for 2 hours straight.
Wow.
I know, and I can't do that again.
No, you know what?
Trust
Actually,
me, I've tried.
you've tried. Why would you
I've
try?
tried just to see if I could do it again and be like, oh, this is time travel.
It's a time travel. But you know,
Time traveling bathroom.
that actually brings me into a good sleepwalking story. Now that you kind of bring that up,
Go ahead.
or at least a couple. I'll go with the first one first. Well, actually, I have a couple. So and these are short ones, so I'm not gonna drone on.
Mhm.
All right. So first one was like just years ago. Like everyone's asleep, or no, at one point, I'm sitting there falling asleep, and everybody's falling asleep. And at one point, like my family gets up and they're walking around, and all of a sudden, like all you see is just me, like just walking around for no reason at all. They're sitting there trying to get my attention, like, Steven, what are you doing up? I'm not even responding, and all I do, I walk right back to my bedroom and shut the door. I'm like, they all looked at me like I was crazy the next morning, like, you realize you just slept walk right in front of us, and you weren't even responding to us, right? Like, I was, like. Well, that's not the worst one. All right, so then the next one, this was a few years ago too. I was sleeping, and for some reason, I've ventured my way outside to the street. Like I even opened up my garage door, opened up all my doors, and walked out to the street, unaware of what I was doing. Like I was asleep, and by the time I woke up, I was standing right outside my house, right in front of the street, and a car was coming right at me. I'm like, oh shit! So I like run right back to the my driveway to avoid getting hit. And so I'm just like, what the hell happened? So I walked right back inside the house, and I closed the garage door, I closed all my doors, and before I can even get up the stairs, I see my dad holding a shotgun right at me, and I was like, "Whoa, it's just me!" And the next thing I knew, I'm sitting there getting like yelled at, like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, I tried,
Really?
yeah, I tried to explain myself, but I couldn't come up with a reasonable explanation. Like, I just end up walking outside, almost got hit by a car, and the next thing I know, my dad's holding a shotgun, almost pretty close to my face.
You better stop sleeping.
No, I just need to stop sleepwalking, is what I need to do. And then was there one more?
Wait a minute, your dad owns a shotgun in the house?
My dad has a couple guns in the house.
Ooh. Have you shot them?
I've shot some of the. I've shot like some. I've never shot an actual gun myself, but like he's had like these little paintball pistol-looking things. I've shot those before, but that's about it.
That don't count.
That don't count. So
I'm gonna
yeah,
be
I've never.
honest.
Yeah, that doesn't really
I'm
count.
gonna
So
be honest. I've never shot a gun yet. I would like to though.
yeah, I've never shot a gun myself either.
I'm gonna be honest. I actually like guns.
Yeah, I can believe that. I like guns too.
Like, not just because video games and all this other stuff. I like guns are interesting. I watch a couple gun YouTubers and they actually teach you how to handle firearms properly. They teach you what rounds are good for what and all this other stuff because I'm not going to be a fucking terrorist and shoot up a school or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that reminds me. You remember, I think it was last year when there was a threat at OSU?
And remind me, what was the threat?
Some dude was attacking the science building with a knife.
Oh my gosh.
You never, it was weird because I was sitting playing video games
Mm,
and my Facebook starts going off. Apparently, Facebook started doing this thing where if a terrible incident happens, it'll ask you if you're okay.
really?
And it really, you've never gotten that.
I've never gotten that. No.
That's weird. Apparently, I think you have to enable it or whatever. But anyway, it was asking me, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "What do you?" I'm like, "Facebook. What do you mean if I'm okay? I'm just sitting here playing the games." I'm like, "You want to talk?"
Like, you
And
want
I
to talk?
click yes, and then it tells you what's going on. I'm like, "Threat at OSU." So I turn on channel 10, 6, 4, whatever. And at the time, one of my friends was actually going to OSU. So I watched the news. Apparently, this dude got gunned down because he crashed a car into a science lab
Mm-hmm.
and he was trying to stab people with a knife and whatever, but they got him.
Oh my
So I'm
gosh.
calling my friend. I'm like, "Hey, are you okay? Are you under lockdown?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "The threat. I'm watching it on the news." And she's like, "Yeah, we're under lockdown. Everything's fine. Apparently they got the guy. We're about to head back to class in 20 minutes." I'm like, "Okay, I'm just worried because I don't want to lose any friends this year."
Yeah, no thanks.
The first time I ever called a friend because of an incident, be like, "Hey, I might actually have to come to the realization that one of my friends got stabbed."
Uh, yeah, you never want to come to that realization.
I don't know, man. That was a scary day. I'm like, "Oh shit, one of my friends goes to OSU."
Like, oh crap, like, do I have to start going to prepare myself for a funeral? Like, oh no.
I don't know, man. Oh my god, I'm tired. It just got to the point where I stopped building my castle.
Yeah, I already finished building my castle. I got something else in mind. Oh, you butthole, you destroyed my ramp.
I'm innocent.
No, you're not.
I'm innocent.
Lies. Yeah!
Would you like to come in
Come in where?
my plane? Where else? Did you really go and pick up the sword?
Yes, I did.
I didn't even see you go over there.
You didn't even see me go that way.
No, I did not.
Just watch this. Ah, Steve! Backflip. Oh, I'm falling. Ah, ooh. Ow, ow. Oh my god. Ah, it hurts. Oh, I'm alive.
I'm curious.
Do I what?
Do you own any pets?
Bro, don't even get me started on the pets. Don't even get me
Ooh,
started.
get started. Get
Huh?
started. Get started.
Bro, I know my house could legally be registered as a barn. I swear to God.
What do you own? Or what? Whose fault is this and why?
It's kind of a combination of everyone in my house in terms of fault. And I will tell you, like, literally, my entire house, this is literally every single pet I own. I now own 6 cats, a dog, 2 fish, a hamster, 2 rabbits.
It's getting to the point where he has to think and remember where.
Yeah, I have to sit here and try to remember exactly what I have.
What do you mean 6 cats?
I literally mean 6 cats.
Is it your mom?
It's my mom and my dad and my sister, and sort of me.
What do you mean sort of you? Did you
Well,
find one on the street?
no, like, see, when it comes to cats, like, I love cats, but it's just, I'm not gonna sit there and, like, oh yeah, I want to bring this cat into my house. Like, I think that'd be a great idea. No, I've never actually said that.
Did your parents do that?
Yes, and here recently, my aunt had, like, this cat, and, I think my mom was kind of like, oh, we'll take her in, and then my dad saw her, and it kind of melted his really icy heart half the time, so we took the cat in.
Uh,
Yeah. Did I say I had a hamster or no?
you did say you said 2 hamsters, I think.
No, it's 1 hamster, 2 rabbits, 6 cats, a dog, 2 fish. Yeah, that's everything.
2 fish.
Two
Gotta keep the
fish.
family fish.
No, it's 4 fish. I forgot. 4 fish.
What kind of fish are they?
2 of them are like these little cichlids, and the other 2 are algae eaters.
What's a chicklet?
It's like a little parrot cichlid. I'm not really know what how you want to classify that.
I don't even know what that is.
Here, Joe. Here, come land and get me really quick. The gentleman's dab on the wing. To which we transition into a running man.
You know, we've only owned two cats and are they called guinea pigs? Yeah, and two guinea pigs. Those are the only pets we've ever owned.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, the guinea pigs was before I was born, back when my mom and dad first met.
Hmm.
Uh, they had an orange cat that they had to get rid of because they found out that me and my brother had allergies.
Mm.
And then one back when I was in fifth and sixth grade, when I used to live at the old house around Lincoln Village. And yeah, those are the we just never carried pets. My allergies. Hey, I want to see if this can. Oh, close. I missed.
Hang on a second. Here, start shooting a little bit. Oh crap, that's not it. Hang on a second.
I want to see if a plane could go through a rift.
Oh, it can.
I haven't seen it be done yet. Whoa. Yeet.
But no, start shooting a little bit. I got something I want to do. Da 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 da. I had to hang headbang on the plane.
So I assume that you don't have allergies because of all these pets.
No, I do not have allergies, but the funny thing is my sister does have allergies to the rabbits.
Rabbit fur, yeah.
Yeah, so there's that. I tell you, like my family's just like, oh, you're probably gonna have a couple animals when you move out. I'm like, probably not, considering I've pretty much lived with tons of animals all my life, so probably not.
I don't know if I want to get any pets when I get my own place.
Like I've thought about it, but I just don't know.
I would love a husky, but I realize that their fur is too much because my
Dude,
allergies couldn't handle a husky fur.
dude, that's where you pretty much be drowning in husky fur. I tell you,
I know how to clean it. It's just my allergies wouldn't be able to handle it. I was thinking of getting a pug.
a pug.
I love pugs. Nothing was said that day. You
Well,
don't
you
like
know what?
pugs?
Well, I'm not really a fan of dogs in general, really.
Really? You're a cat person?
I'm more of a cat person, yeah.
Okay, well, if you had to pick a dog breed, what would you pick?
If I had to pick a dog breed, to me, I would always go with. I would really just have to say husky because the only reason I say that is when I was first starting out in life, my family had a husky for a while, and she was a good dog. I mean, was she annoying as hell? Yes, but she was still a good dog.
So it's one of the more tolerable ones you can handle.
Yeah, it's one of the it's maybe one of the few tolerable ones I could stand.
Mm, I like huskies, pugs. I don't know if I would ever get a pit bull or not. Or maybe like you know what, giant. I don't know. I think I would be happy with a with a with a pug with a blag
With a black.
with a blah. Hey, let's go check out the castle real quick. See how much it melted. Yeah, pugs have short hair. You can easily take care of them. You just got to be careful where they lay because their noses are so short,
Mm-hmm.
so they could suffocate themselves sometimes. I could handle it. I want to see if you crash into the castle. I've I'm getting to that point where I'm starting not to like cats.
No, why do you say that?
I don't know if it's me or if my luck is just that bad, but every single girl I've dated have cats. I'm being dead serious. My ex's stepmom owned three cats, and they didn't. Well, they took care of them, but like not when, because every time you walked into the house, it smelled like cat piss,
Hmm.
and that pissed me off. Uh, Melissa had a cat, but it was actually Crystal's.
Hmm.
I had an ex in high school who owned two cats, and I'm just like, why are there cats so many cats?
You know, Joe, that's
I
obviously
don't
just
know.
what
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Joe. That's obviously a sign.
That I should get a cat.
Well, not that. I don't know what the sign is, but I'm sure there's a sign there.
If you own a cat, I can't date you.
Maybe.
Imagine going on a like a little dating website. If you own a cat, I will not date you. Allergic to cats.
I'm not gonna lie. I could probably see you saying that to somebody. Like, if you have a cat, I will not date you.
Well, it depends. Do you take care of your cat? Do you clean after your cat?
Do
Sometimes. Okay, I can't date
Do you sleep with your cat? Never. Always. Okay, I cannot date you.
you.
Do you
I
talk
don't
to your
know.
cat like it's a
I'm,
person? Sometimes. Okay, no.
I feel like I'm gonna be that kind of person. I'll talk to my pet. Pets
Eh,
are very good to talk to.
I kind of talk to my pet a little bit, but not like a lot.
You can like go home, start ranting about your day at work, and be like, "You're a good listener," and the dog's just, "Okay, where's my food?
Like, where's my treat?
It's my tweet."
Where's my tweet?
Oh. Did you know that pets actually take on their owner's anxiety? So like, if you were to actually rant to your pet, like what I just said, they can actually start getting the same fears as you.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I was saying that jokingly. I wouldn't do that to my pet.
Yeah, no, that would
That
no.
no, dogs are very overprotective. Oh my God, Tilted Towers is covered in snow. Oh my God.
So I have a question for you.
God.
Did you ever see like that video I posted at Target on my channel?
You know, I was going to ask you about that because I was so confused. Please tell me the story behind that.
Okay, I was actually hoping you would ask me the story behind this. And I will explain the story of what happened at Target first before I get to the actual origins of the character itself. Does that sound good?
Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
So, in terms of what happened at Target, Jake, Sydney, and I, we all decided to go out to hang out that day. And before we went to the movies, we decided to get some candy because, like, those prices were just outrageous at the movie theater. So, we were going to get
What
some
movie did
candy
you
to
see?
sneak. Huh?
What movie did you see?
We went to go see Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Tell me about that after this story.
Okay. So, yeah, we went to go to get some candy to sneak in because we didn't have a lot of money to go do everything we wanted to do. So, that would just help us. So while we were just about to go check out when I saw these two employees right there, and I'm like, I cannot pass up this opportunity not to do an impression in front of them. So obviously I chose my Russian impression, and so I walked up to them, and even though I only did like 50 seconds worth of video, it made their day obviously because they were like, sitting there busting the gut laughing after I shut the camera off.
All right.
And now in terms of now, do you want to hear about the movie first, or do you want to hear about the origin
Tell
of
me
that?
the origin. Tell me that first.
Okay. So, in terms of my Russian voice, Jake and I, obviously, we both like to do impressions, and at first we did our kind of our redneck characters, and that went pretty good. Now, in terms later on that night, things went pretty good. We're sitting there playing some Call of Duty, and I don't know what made me think of a Russian character. I was kind of thinking just of the voice in general. I think I was watching some Yo Mama with the Russian character at the time, and so I looked at Jake and I told him some jokes with a Russian accent, and he actually gave me the voice of Roshkov. Ever since then, the character has stuck with me. He's become one of my Russian voice actors, which I love to
What's
death.
his name?
Roshkov.
Vorshkov?
Like it's kind of like rush and cough, but you gotta say it with like a very thick accent.
Rushkov?
You're like Roshkov.
Keep going.
So yeah, that's the origin story behind Roshkov, and if I ever get the opportunity to do it in front of people, I'll do it on occasion. But yeah, I think that's gonna become one of my new that's gonna be one.
Personas.
Well, persona, yeah, but it's gonna be one of the new things I do on my channel is just walk around with my accents.
Russian guys plays Fortnite.
You know what? I think that's gonna be one of my new YouTube things. Like, hello, people of YouTube. It is I, Roshkov, and today we play Fortnite against puny Americans. No, you ought to hear my joke about the fence in Russia.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna include you in this joke for a second. Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right. Joe the Manho, have you ever been to Mother Russia in past?
No.
Okay. Well, in Mother Russia we have thing where you sit on fence, and if you like, we have no computers in Mother Russia, so if you want to do the jack off, as people have commonly say it, you must sit on fence, and we have yaks with pictures of women in my country, and you must bring your own lotion to sit there and masturbate to photos of women. We call it the yak jack. You must never look down. People get very territorial about that stuff.
The Yak Jack. What the fuck? I thought this was a family-friendly
Not when Roshkov is around.
podcast. Not when Rushkoff is around.
Roshkov is now.
Lieutenant Arnold! The Rush!
Roshkov!
About to shit myself again.
Watch as I just slice this tower down in half. For Mother Russia!
Try and, I'm being serious, try and yell the Russians in an Arnold voice. You can't do it without laughing. The Russians!
The Russia! Ew, I can't even do like the scream Jake does the scream so good.
You're a choir boy!
Bring me my lotion.
It's not a tumor! We're gonna build a wall. It's gonna be great. I gotta poop.
Wrong, wrong. You will not take a crap on American soil.
But I live on American soil.
Or so you
I
say.
went to castle. It's not a tumor. I'm Kermit the Frog here. I'm telling the audience it's not a tumor.
I see this base over here. I'm gonna go set it on fire. Fire, fire.
You do that pretty good. I'm impressed. It's kind of scary.
That's scary.
Well, what was that video we were supposed to do? Like old people playing Fortnite.
I think it's just us supposed to just try to sound like old ladies and just play on some Fortnite.
I can't do the voice. Oh, sweet. Hold up. It's like a smoker.
You sound like a 50-year-old
You wanna
smoker.
you wanna play some Fortnite?
I got some candy in my fridge. Mm.
Why is it in your fridge, Dolores?
I'm 80 years old, you old bitch. Do you think I remember where I put my candy, much less where I put my cream at? Mm.
Where are your teeth?
Oh, that's why I got the most uncomfortable sensation in my britches.
You turn gay. You go from old to gay. That's what your voice went. I got scared. I'm like, wait, what? We're gonna eat some candy, boys.
I got some popsicles in my cellar. Mm.
Okay, Herbert.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Wolfman. I got some treats in my lower thigh. Mm.
Okay, no. You gonna poke me with that sword? Did you just do cocaine?
I effing love cocaine.
You sound like you're cocaine.
Yeah.
You can't even talk. Cocaine. My stomach hurts. You sound like you're still doing crack. You need to calm down. Put it down.
Never.
Never. You better share.
You better share that coke, boy.
Where is she? I'm over here. Hey, psst, psst, come here. You're like, what? You want to buy some drugs?
Say, no, Jake.
What'd you call
I'm
me?
I'm sorry. I meant Joe. Joe.
That's an insult.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
You're not my friend.
Oh, okay.
You go ahead and tell Jake.
Okay, fine. I guess I'm just gonna get off the podcast then, since we're not friends anymore.
Okay, okay. Come here, come here. What are you gonna tell me?
Well, I don't know. You just said we weren't friends anymore, so I'm not gonna tell you now.
Get your ass back over here, boy.
Then you apologize. You know I was joking.
Your voice crack. I was joking.
I was joking.
What were you
Uh,
gonna say?
but first, you know I was just joking, Joe.
What were you gonna say?
It's free real estate.
It's free all state what?
No, it's free
What did
real
you?
estate.
Oh, it's free all state. I'm like, wait, what? I'm deaf. I swear to God. It's free all state.
It's free real
What do
estate.
you say? What do you say to that? Like, it's free all state. Who from who?
It's free real estate from who? My mama.
Oh
The storm.
no! It burns.
Yeah.
Burns. Oh my God!
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That looked pretty awesome, right? As I was
It
when we were
said
about
I
to die.
won the game, but yet you're the one still alive.
Thank you, sword. You have brought me good luck.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've
Would
just
you
been
like
playing.
to?
Huh?
What? I can't hear you. I'm deaf.
Why can't you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
gonna say?
I was sorry I said your name wrong. I've just been playing with Jake way too much.
I know. Libby told me that you guys stay up at like late at night just playing Fortnite.
Yeah, usually till 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm not proud of that, but it happens.
Would you like to say anything to our viewers before we get off?
Yes, I would. To people of YouTube watching this podcast, as I glance into the eyes of all of you citizens of Mother Russia, I must say that I am honored to be in the States of the United. Well, if I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing this right. We must headbang for Mother Russia!
It looks like you're eating your llama.
Dun, dun. The llamas must die!
Wait a minute, wait a minute. I gotta make this even.
The Llama Brigade!
All right. It's been it's been a podcast.
It has been a very weird but educational podcast.
We will see you guys in the next podcast.
Later, everybody!
Later, bye.
Oh, wait. Hang on.
I gotta take a shit. I'll be right back.
Goodbye, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video.